Magic mushrooms. Trip number 10. Mushrooms and the Necronomicon. Now before I get started, I want to say I do not encourage the use of illegal substances or criminal activity. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Now guys, this is my favorite experience besides the 1st, 2nd, and 7th. I had made a psilocybin and chocolate peanut butter cups. Like instead of Reese's, they were homemade mushroom chocolate peanut butter cups. And I choose a vegan lifestyle, so I make a lot of my own food, and these seemed like the perfect time. It was the end of the summer. I called it Trick or Treats. I started my trip at midnight, began to eat my dose cup. There was about 1 to 2 grams in each chocolate cup. The mushroom is called psilocybin ovoid eanciata, or short ovoids. Not sure exactly how to say it. Psilocybin ovoids. They kicked in as I was smoking about 30 to 40 minutes after. I got this sudden urge to do some type of reading, and it said, "Read the book you wrote." I was like, what? Well, that was a weird thing. I never heard, what? And then it said it again, "Read the book you wrote." And then I realized a couple days ago, a friend had dropped off the Necronomicon by H.P. Lovecraft. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. This correlation, this insinuendo, this is kind of trippy, to be honest. I drew my magic circle for protection with some salt, and I lit my ritual candles and asked the directions for protection. I set up my bowl for smoking in case I needed to, and I began to read. I noticed immediately the words had been used to create reality, and every word that you read makes it a reality. This made me a bit nervous going into it, but it was made more clear and more sense. I saw what the Necronomicon was trying to say. There is a poetic eye, or tongue, and if you can decipher it in a poetic type of mindset, you can see the correlation of the words to actual things of the body or of the universe. About halfway through the book, I dosed another. I had another 1.5 to 2 grams of ovoids in this peanut butter cup. This kicked in, and I was really beginning to realize this book makes so much sense, because I wrote it. I must be reincarnated. I was definitely the mad poet, the mad servant, as they say. Servant of God, in a dimension more strange than what is imaginable. On our own, we cannot see, but with help from other entities, it is possible. I felt the energy of the book shift, from evil to sacred, from foreign to home and mystery. Still, to this day, I feel as though it is kind of odd that I might be reincarnated and wrote the book. But everything in it makes 100% sense. And it called to me. It literally told me to read it. And it told me to read the book I wrote. I can see that I'm here again, in a similar condition as the last time. But this time, I know everything in the book before I read it. Something most people would be awestruck by. It seemed redundant and obvious, yet a blissful reunion with the things I once was and did. As I read the book, I had already known what words to avoid and which ones to read. Certain words should be avoided when reading that book, for they are dangerous, only if you can't handle it, I suppose. You keep your doors, you keep them locked when you read that. But you have to get in a flow state to understand it. A poetic understanding is better than a literal one. If you can combine the two, then that's magic.